A world without a central bank. I mean, that really sounds crazy, but how would that be? If you like the video, please subscribe and like. But before we talk about central banking, we have to agree upon what money is. Money has to be divisible. It has to be durable. It can't be bananas. It has to be scarce. It has to be a store of value, and it has to be portable and fungible. What fungible is basically, if you think of a baseball, all baseballs are the same. You can't tell the difference between any of them. So what things were money? Well, this is cowrie shells. This was used as money, and in some parts of the world, it's used today. Cigarettes, stones, barley, silver, gold, copper. Now, what's a central bank? Okay. A central bank is a financial institution separate from the government to manage the nation's money supply. They may have additional mandates. As in the United States, the central bank is responsible for maximum or full employment and stable prices. So, the first central bank was created by the Riksbank in Sweden. So what problem did they solve? Well, they're the lender of last resort. One of the negatives they have is they promote moral hazard. What moral hazard is that when a financial institution or some institution fails, they know they can go back to the federal government and get their money. In the United States, there was a period that was called the free banking period. There were literally thousands of types of currencies floating in America. The thing about it, though, is in the free banking period, the money, the paper money, was backed by specie. Specie is some type of hard currency like gold or silver. And you could redeem it. Go into one of these 1,000 banks, take your paper money, and walk out with gold. Now, there's something called fiat money. Fiat money is money that the government requires you to pay your taxes in. Some other things that involve fiat money is that it's government issue. It is widely accepted. So what are the benefits and disadvantages of fiat money? First of all, it is inelastic. Excuse me, it is elastic, which means that you can increase the money supply, and it doesn't necessarily the undercurrent, which would be gold or silver, would not increase. So that brings you inflation. What other advantages there are in central banks, as we said, was the lender of last resort in event of a black swan or a bad event like COVID or the Great Depression or the financial crisis in 2008. Central banks also have credibility. They have trust because they're regulated, highly regulated. Some of the issues with banking today and central banking is something called modern monetary theory, in which governments tend not to care how much inflation is in the economy. And that tends to be a big problem because there's no way to control the inflation. There's something called quantitative tightening and quantitative easing you may have heard of. And these are terms where the central bank either buys assets, which increases inflation, or sells assets, which decreases inflation. So, what are the alternatives to the central banks? Well, there is the gold standard, what we had before, and as we said in the free banking period, where paper money was exchanged for specie, and there was really no government, there is no government printing press when you're in the gold standard. Another alternative to central banking is Bitcoin and other distributed ledger systems, and diversify and decentralized finance. Decentralized finance seems to be something that is booming when you consider the fact that there is 1.3 billion unbanked customers in the world. So another possible way to go is using decentralized financing. Also, there is an organization called BRICS. This is an organization of Brazil, India, China, Russia, and South Africa. Actually, it's BRICS Plus. There's been some other countries that have joined it. They are a consortium of countries that are looking to put together a single currency outside the US dollar. It is called hegemony. And what hegemony brings, or what hegemony brings to a country like the United States, having the most powerful central bank, it brings economic, political, and financial, cultural, military, and it brings value to that currency. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and have a great day.